Hello, welcome to sangeeadventures. I'm Shirley.
And I'm Graham.
And today we're going to go down to the southwest corner of northern Cyprus to explore some of the villages around there.
We're going to go to a number of villages, including Lefke and Yeşilyermak, and finish off in Guzelyurt and enjoy the trip. Just stopped off on the way down on our trip, just after Güzelyurt and before we get to Lefke, to stop in this lovely little cafe where we'll have a nice ice cold drink before we get down to the end of the island. It's a really nice little cafe here, lots of lovely things for sale, lovely and cool, and it's got a fantastic little garden out the back as well. It's a bit hot to stay out in the garden today, so we'll probably just sit inside.
We're just approaching Yeşilyermak, which is the last village in the southwest of northern Cyprus before we reach the border with South Cyprus and the Greek side. This is a very beautiful green village, very well renowned for its strawberries and lots of market garden. It's a very productive village. And we're going to drive down now and take you through the village so you can have a good look.
As you can see, Yeşilyermak is nestled into the foothills of the Troodos Mountains. We're going to drive right through the village in the first instance and take you up to very close to the border with the Greek Cypriot Republic. It's a very beautiful little place, this. It's one of our favourite villages and it's well worth a visit. Every square inch of land is cultivated here. We're driving out of the village now, and we're trying to drive up very close to the border. We just look back over the village from here, and you can see the greenness of this little valley here. Yeşil in Turkish means green. Just driven down to the border crossing, and now we're driving our way back into Yeşilyermak from this end. It's quite a windy old road that came down here. We're now driving back down again into Yeşilyermak. It's such a beautiful little village. A couple of really nice little hotels right down by the seafront over there, and we'll take a pop down there after we've been into the sort of village centre.
It's important to know that Yeşilyermak is a working village and most of the people are employed on the land in agriculture.
We're back down in the village again now, and what we will be doing will be turning right in a minute into the village square. So we're now driving towards the village square, which is here. Markets here on a regular basis, and you get a lot of the transport comes down here to collect all the fresh produce and take it to all the markets across the north of the island here. Some sort of smaller farmsteads around here, each with their own plots of land. Loads of olive groves and citrus trees. Just crossed over from the market road onto the road which takes us down here to the seaside, and you can see it's got a beautiful little cove here. And there are a number of hotels and bars down here at the bottom. So I'll take you down there, and hopefully we'll be able to get up to the seafront. Parked by the Vuni King restaurant, and we're just going to have a little look along the beachfront here just to give you an idea of what a pretty little spot this is. Flip way down here to the water. nice little safe beach. The restaurants taking their eating areas out on stilts, all very pretty. It's quite a small spot here, so you've got the Vuni King Hotel and a few restaurants, but if you want to go away for a long weekend, it's quite nice. Just driving back onto the main road from the little seafront here. This is actually an old river valley, and there's still a lot of water here which comes down from the Troodos Mountains, hence the reason it's such a productive area. And you can see there's lots of crops in the ground now and lots of preparation for the next lot of crops to come. So
quite a lot of banana plantations coming.
That's right, yeah, I was just saying, loads of bananas around here as well, so lots of fruits. That's what it's famous for. As we drive out of Yeşilyermak and go back towards Lefke, we come past the ancient capital here of Vuni. It's the top of that hill up there, and there are some old remains. Vuni was one of the ancient kingdoms of Cyprus, one of the 4 or 5 of them, and quite an important strategic place for this side of the island here. Down now into the beautiful Morfu Bay, all along the seafront here. There's little cafes and restaurants which we've eaten in on a number of occasions. You can just see the ship through there. In a minute we'll see the huge jetties that go out into Morfu Bay. And this is where the copper ore was taken from the local hills nearby, brought down here to the coast, and then poured onto the big ships that you would come in, and then they would be taken around the world. More lovely restaurants. If I look around, you can see there a big jetty going out into sea with the loading derricks at the end there. And there were quite a few of these all along this seafront originally. But most of them have gone now, and there's only a couple left. Some lovely little seafront cafes here, which we've been to, which are really lovely. And there's been quite a lot of modern houses being built along the front here. We're looking for a turning to the right just up here somewhere, which takes us up to Lefke, and the particular turning we want is a turning into a whole 2 rows of houses which were built for all the workers who worked in the copper mines up in the hills, and also in loading the ships when they came in. You can see the rows and rows of these small workers' cottages. Now driving up into the village of Lefke. Right in front of us, that large building you can see is the old schoolhouse. And on the outskirts here, as we come up the hill, there's been a lot of newer houses built. The town centre itself is a very old town, and we'll show you that when we get there. It's coming up now into the town square. You can turn left here. Lots of examples of old sort of Ottoman style villas here. Again, Lefke is very well known for a lot of citrus growing around here. Again, very, very fertile soils. And they have a festival here each year. And can you remember what the festival was for?
Walnuts.
Walnut Festival. We came last year. Unfortunately, we came with friends and insisted it was on this particular day, and we drove all the way down here only to discover that the festival was the following day. So this year, when it happens, we'll try and make sure we arrive here at the right time. Beautiful old villas around here. Lots of lovely walks around here, and I think when we first came over to Cyprus, it's one of the first walks that we did all the way around Lefke. It was really lovely. Nice mixture of very old and new property here. Another lovely view there over the town itself. These beautiful coloured flowers here all the way along this road. olive trees on the other side, and then stunning views down valleys and over to the foothills of the Troodos Mountains. It's a very pretty spot. All kinds of palm trees, fruit trees, olive trees, prickly pear, quite splendid. In its day, Lefke was also the centre for the copper mining industry, and the big American corporation that ran the mining put in a whole set of railway tracks right from the mountains and the actual mines themselves through Lefke and down to the coast where we've just been. And a bit further up in Lefke, there's an actual graveyard of railway trains, which is quite an interesting sight. So hopefully we'll find our way there and give you a look. Just driving in now to the top end of the town itself. It's quite a working place here, lots of agriculture, and there's quite a bit of sort of small-scale engineering work here as well. It's a very traditional old town. It's got a lovely market square. It's got some great little cafes and restaurants here. Some beautiful old substantial buildings here. We'll just swing round now into the little market square. Cafe there to your right. Again, some beautiful old traditional buildings here. Follow the road down here. Lefke is also famous for people from the Sufi religion. One of the leaders of the whole Sufi religion has a base here in Lefke, and many followers come here to worship with him and pray and to meditate. So it's quite a famous centre for the Sufi religion. The leader's house is down here somewhere on the right hand side. Here we are here. Lots of these lovely little lanes.
Okay.
We're going to go down here. We're going to drive around here, very narrow little street. And hopefully this will take us up past the Sultan's house. I might need to get out of the car here. Hold on 1 second. Just driving out of Lefke now, back down to the coast. We got ourselves into quite a tight jam just outside the Sultan's house, the Sufi religion. We drove down these very narrow streets past parked cars, and where we thought we could drive through, we couldn't. So I just had to reverse about 600-700 metres. Quite scarily, but we managed it with the help of a really lovely Turkish gentleman who helped us reverse all the way back there. Really kind of him. Without his help, I think we'd have probably knocked a couple of houses down. Anyway, we're away, and we're making our way back down to the coast now, and we're on our way to Güzelyurt. And that'll take us about 10-15 minutes to get there, so we will pick up the filming shortly. That road to Güzelyurt follows the coast. Quite splendid. Catch a glimpse behind there, another one of those jetties going out into sea, and you can see the other one that we looked at earlier on and a bit further in the distance. As you drive along this road, there are lots of little bars and little cafes, and it's well worth stopping up, and sometimes they look like a bit ramshackle. But invariably they're hosted by the most wonderfully gentle, kind people who make you feel very much at home. And you sit down there, you can have a quiet drink overlooking the sea. You can't really beat it. The whole area around Lefke towards Guzelyurt. It's known as the sort of fruit bowl of the whole of the island of Cyprus. And it has a history of growing citrus fruits here for many, many, many years. The soil conditions, the weather are perfect for growing oranges, lemons, tangerines, bananas, olives of course, and virtually all the way along this road now we go past orange groves, lemon groves, often surrounded by olive trees as well. And when you come down here in the spring, when all the flowers out blossom, the smell is absolutely gorgeous. Just stopped in the centre of Guzelyurt to find out about the Orange Festival that's meant to be happening this week. But in the meantime, we're going to just pop into Break Zone and get ourselves a nice cold drink. And we'll ask in here where the actual Orange Festival is taking place. Just walking up from the cafe, we just come past a nice square here, and there's some beautiful old buildings here, which we'll take a wander around and have a look and go into the town centre and just see what's happening here in Guzelyurt. Interesting set of offices here. It looks as if they're all for lawyers, advocates. We'll have a wander along here. Big central square here. So hopefully if we walk around this other building at the top end, we should be able to come back to this square and see what it is. There's an imposing white building here. It's a museum, I think. I didn't realise that this was here. Some other fish and the birds of Cyprus.
Oh, and the turtles.
The Cyprus mouflon. Into the archaeology section here. These are all artefacts which have been found in Cyprus, all around Soli, Güzelyurt and Morfu. There's also some beautiful figurines and pots.
Some of these artefacts date back to the 11th century BC. Very old.
All found on Soli. A mouth band, gold mouth band. Crown, spiral bracelet, all very beautiful. Engraved ring, and some examples of nails and bracelets. In this exam room here we've got examples of Neolithic and Bronze Age pottery. Quite ornate, quite beautiful. A sophisticated set of pottery here.
This is a lot more recent.
16th and 15th century BC. Again, quite sophisticated limestone Cypro-Greek style belonging to the classic period. And some of this pottery, all too familiar with gift shops nowadays, but this is all from about 600 to 475 BC. Whilst we were in the museum, the curator kindly said that he would open up this beautiful church for us to have a look around. So here we are. This must have been probably the cloisters surrounding the church here. Very beautiful set of buildings here. We're very privileged to come in and have a look. St. Mama's Church and Icon Museum.
Hello, we're in Güzelyurt and we're going to have a good look around the town centre, so come and join us.
Starting off with the local administrative offices, and we'll walk down here now into the town centre and have a good look around. We are walking into the market at Güzelyurt. Very busy market. Lots of cars here already this morning. It's all been newly built. It used to be in the river, dried out river valley. But they built this purpose-built marketplace now. It's quite splendid. Lots of coverage. We'll have a wander around and see what they've got here. Some lovely local produce here. Well, we've just come to the Güzelyurt Portugal Festival, which is the Orange Festival. We were told 6 o'clock. We've finally found out where it is, and the guy in the car park said 7 o'clock. Never mind. he said we could walk up here and find somewhere to have a nice drink and something to eat. So this is what we'll do. All is not yet lost. Well, everyone's in the process of setting up, but the Baladese thing is fantastic. Amazing hall here. We'll have a look at it before it gets too crowded. Oh, a fabulous arena. It looks like it's a small amphitheatre. Wow, well look at this. Is this not impressive? What a beautiful arena. Oh, I'm looking forward to this.
Girerken beynindeki o bir hücreler neye bıraktı bilemem ki.
I don't think there's any music on here yet. The band are still in the restaurant. Hopefully we'll have some music at some stage this evening. This place is beginning to fill up now. It's nice to see lots of families all out. The bikers amongst you. Just left Güzelyurt on the way back to the Lefke side of the mountains, and we've just come now through to a little town called Guzelyurt. There's a very large university here, and we're going to drive through this area and come back into Akdeniz, where we're going to take a turning to the left and go down to look at an ancient grove of olive trees and have a look at those. There was a devastating fire here a couple of years ago which burnt a lot of the sort of forest, and really want to pop down and check to see, make sure that these olive trees are still okay. Here we are, we're just going to turn off the road here. It's a protected area. It's a bit of a rough old track to get to these old olive trees, but hopefully it'll be worth it. You can see here all this area was very forested about 2-3 years ago, and the fire devastated this area, but there's been a lot of replanting, and hopefully that's going to be successful. See where they'll be doing a lot of watering. There's so much green vegetation still around all these old olive trees here. So once I can find my way through, you can start to see some of these very old trees here. They really are quite beautiful. Unfortunately, the plants with all the information have been burnt, so there's very little information around, but you can see big wide trunks of them. Stunningly beautiful old trees. It's so good to see them in such a healthy state. Very old trees here. these. You can see where some of them have been lost through the fire damage. Look at this beauty here. Wow, an amazing tree this is. There's a whole beauty here. Here, let's sweep round this little grouping here. As you can see in front of you, all this area was heavily forested. This was all burnt away with the big fire that nearly killed off all the olive trees. And you can see they've been doing extensive replanting around here. It's going to take a good number of years before we get the coverage that we have around here. Tremendous work has been done in trying to restore the forests. And it will come back, but it will be another 10 years, I would imagine, before we start to see the real benefits of all this replanting. It was a massive area that was destroyed. Just shows you how quickly fire can spread in these hot climates. Now making our way back down to the north coast of northern Cyprus, going down past the big reservoir here. And we go down through Yeşilyermak at the bottom here, through the pass, back onto the north coast.
Thank you for joining us on our trip down to the southwest corner of northern Cyprus. Hope you've enjoyed exploring Güzelyurt and Yeşilyermak and Lefke with us, and hope you'll join us in the next trip as well.
Well, thank you again. As Shirley said, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully we'll see you again soon. We would really love it if you could press the subscribe and like buttons, because that again helps us to develop our channel and make more videos like this one. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you very soon.